everyone, and welcome to Birdview's weekly workshop. Our weekly workshops take place every Tuesday at 1 p.m. Eastern and 10 a.m. Pacific. We cover a different topic each week, and you can register for these workshops and other events like our monthly webinars through our website under the Events tab, or you can use the link that's displayed on the screen right now as well. I encourage you all to join as many of these sessions as possible so that you can learn some tips and tricks on how to make the most of Birdview for your work. With each session, we start off with a demo on the topic that we are covering, and we then use the last 10 minutes to go over any questions that any of you may have. So please feel free to send in your questions in the chat or the Q&A section in Zoom, or simply raise your hand virtually, and we will get to your questions at the end of the session. Our topic today is success stories with dashboards part 1. So today we'll talk about one of the Birdview customers and what they have done to achieve success in their business using Birdview. We'll talk a bit about the company and their business, the challenges they faced before they started using Birdview, and what solution they implemented and how it resulted in success for them. We'll also go through a couple of the dashboards that were customized for them in order to help them achieve this success. All right, so the company that we have picked has over 25 years of experience in the business. They have an employee size of around 30 employees so far. They function within the engineering industry, and their expertise is in chemical engineering, equipment design, project management, procurement, and a lot more than what's mentioned today as well. Their customer base includes a variety of different types of clients, including a few from the Fortune 500 list, as well as smaller companies. So they do function across multiple different spectrums in terms of their client size as well. The team that is using Birdview within the company is the professional services team. So before this company came to Birdview, they were using a system that wasn't really built for project management in professional services. They had issues with inefficient resource management. So they were in need of a solution that would help them better track and manage project spending as well as resources and resource capacity. They were also having issues with an inability to maintain a high level of overview of all the ongoing projects. So it became difficult for any individual team member or multiple team members to kind of maintain that high level of projects and what's happening with them. So they needed a solution that could kind of provide an overview, not just to one level within the company, but to several different levels within the company. And one of the other challenges they had was overcomplicated task management. So the system that they were using was a bit too granular in terms of their task management. And so they tended to focus, more on ineffective tasks or data that was ineffective. And they wanted a system that could help them focus their efforts on overall tasks and tasks that would benefit the projects. The solutions that they implemented. So when they decided to go ahead with Birdview, they did have an extensive review of several different tools, over 15 tools. And when they decided to go with Birdview, there were a few of the features within the system that stood out to them, and those are the features that they use on a regular basis right now. The first of which is project tracking. So they needed this system to help them focus on solid, actionable data rather than being distracted by the irrelevant data. And so now they're able to do that by creating tasks within projects where they're able to focus on those details. The second thing that they use on a regular basis is the business intelligence piece. So besides the common dashboards that we have, there are quite a few customized dashboards that we have added to their system. So it has helped them, manage projects at a high level, give them an overview of everything that's happening within projects and within their portfolios as well. The third thing that they use on a regular basis is the resource management piece. So the integrated scheduling and priority management tools allow them, to have a big picture on resource management. So it helps them get ahead of project schedule, helps them hit milestones, and also helps them focus efforts on the right projects. Um, they're also able to identify, any issues, and easily um, allocate resources accordingly to those projects that are facing issues. And therefore, they're able to ensure that all of their projects are delivered on time and within budget. And lastly, the feature that they use on a regular basis is the financial management piece. So it has helped them, understand or get a visibility into project costs, and also, they're able to project, adjust, and resolve any budget issues in a more timely manner with the help of the financial data that they receive within the system. So they're able to also track expenses in real time, and they're able to take action when needed to ensure that their projects stay on budget. The results. So the first thing that they have experienced, they have been using the system for a few months now. The first thing is that they're able to get ahead of project spend tracking. So they're able to identify where their budgets are being allocated within a project, what their current situation is, what their situation is likely to be at the end of the project in terms of project spends. Um, they're also able to they have significantly improved in resource management and tracking their project budgets. So they have reported to us that they have been able to increase their capacity by 10%. Um, they're able to quickly divert resources to projects that need more attention because of this. They've also significantly improved real-time data. So because of the various dashboards and the information that they receive from the system, that gets transcended to multiple different levels within the organization. They are no longer making decisions in silos, within their specific teams, but they're able to compile all of that information and make informed decisions to drive critical business decisions at a more big picture level within the organization. And lastly, they have mentioned that the implementation and support that they have received from Birdview have been a great help to the team so far. Um, as I mentioned, we have developed several dashboards for them that give them the information that they need in order to make those informed business decisions. I will jump to an example of one of the dashboards that we have built for them. So this is a company dashboard which indicates to them what their billable versus non-billable hours are. So as you can see here, you have it month-wise, where you're able to, in any given month, you're able to see how many hours of non-billable work was logged, how many hours of billable work was logged, and also how many hours of paid time off was also logged within the system. If you click on any of these bars here, you actually can get into more granular information as to what were the total billings for that month. You're able to see the team members here, what their actual hours by assignee were as well. Um, You are also able to take a look at what those total billings for each month is. So you can kind of do a comparison of several months together or one month and the following month as well. And over here, we were able to give them information on what their spending is to date on a specific project, what the remaining purchase order amounts are, what the remaining purchase order percentages are left to be billed as well. So all of this information kind of gives them an idea of where they're at currently, where they are getting to through the project right to the end of the project. This last slide here is able to give them information on each team member as well. So let's say if I hover over team member number 14, we're able to see what their billable work was, how many hours they logged as billable time, how many hours they logged as non-billable time, and how many hours were paid time off. So it's able to give them an idea of uh, their employees that are generating higher amounts of revenue for projects as well. So this is one of the dashboards that was customized for them, and this is something that can be done based on individual requirements for several of our clients that we currently have as well. All right. So do we have any questions on this? All right. So our topic for next week will be a continuation of today's topic, where we will discuss another customer and how Birdview has resulted in success within their organization. And with that, our reporting month comes to an end. So in the month of July, there will be no workshop on the 4th of July for the long weekend in the US and in Canada. And we will resume on the 11th of July, where we will go over Birdview's job roles and access levels in more detail. So this is a topic that we have covered a little bit a few weeks ago, but it is a fairly new feature within the system. And so we're going to go into a little bit more detail as well as answer any of the questions that any of you may have. So please do join us for that session on the 11th of July. We also have our monthly webinar that will be taking place tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern. So please join us for that as well. I hope that the session was helpful for you. Your suggestions are always welcome. So if you have recommendations for topics that you would like us to cover in the future, please do send in your responses to our success email. The address is on the screen right now. You can also register for the monthly webinar on through the same link that you would register for the weekly workshops as well. Thanks, everyone. Have a great day. See you next week.